Last Thursday night, we saw a triple overtime thriller. Tonight, it's the unbeaten Nuggets up against the winless Giants. It may only be round 4, but the frying pan is starting to heat up for Mike Fitchett and his team. No mai hera mai, hello and welcome to Dunedin for the Nuggets and the Giants. Ko Justin Nelson, Toku Ingawa, and sitting right beside me, four-time Sal's NBL champ, Casey Frank. Great to have you with us, and who knows what tonight's going to dish up after what we saw this time last week. Good evening.
I've got work tomorrow, so we can't go triple overtime. But if we happen, I will enjoy it because these are two teams who are looking to improve their records. Otago, of course, on top. They want to hold on to that top spot, but the Nelson Giants, desperate to find a win.
Well, as we have a look at the ladder heading into round 4 tonight, you speak of the Giants. You can see them down there in 9th position. They're on the double this weekend. They also take on the Saints on Saturday night. At the moment, the Nuggets, though, the only unbeaten team.
Yeah, they played really well, especially on the defensive end. They found their footing offensively as things have gone along, but they still have the second worst effective field goal percentage in the league, and the Nelson Giants will be counting on that to counter their second worst defensive rating in the competition.
And that mid-table busy stuff. The Hawks have lost their last 2. The Jets have won their last 2. The Bulls, of course, have been a little bit up and down as well. Games coming up in round 4, and as always in the Sal's NBL, it is incredibly hectic. The Sharks and the Giants are both on the double this week. Tomorrow night, the Rams and the Sharks. Nick Bewley, Tessa Boagni looking after that one. The Airs and the Jets, a battle of the upper West Coast, taking place late Saturday. Saturday night, this is big. The Saints and the Giants, and of course the huge news late today, Isaiah Liafa will be on the floor for the Saints, and we're expecting a new import as well.
The hometown hero returns, hasn't played for the Saints for a bit of time. I remember playing with him as a 15-year-old, but he's going to be a much better defender now. He should change their outlook on that side of the court.
The Sunday double, the Hawks and the Sharks, and then the Bulls and the Tuatara in the Battle of the North, coming your way Sunday evening from 6 p.m. That game also live and free on Prime. Here's the Saints. They are at full strength for this one tonight, including their big centre, Kavion Pippen. The starters for the Giants tonight as they look to get their first win of the season. McNaught, Woodson, Maker, Dempster and Pippen. And that is what we are going to expect for the rest of the season from the Giants at full strength.
This is the way this team's looking right now, but those 5 individuals have got to set the tone defensively. Well, whatever Mike Fitchett is talking about offensively, that's what he cares about. Let's hear what the interview says after this, though, because he's going to give us his protected thoughts.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, Coach Fitchett knows it is a huge weekend for the Giants. Here's his thoughts ahead of this evening's game.
Kia ora, Mike. Fair to say it's been a tough start to the season for you guys. What can we expect from the Giants tonight?
Yeah, it has been a tough start to the season, and it doesn't get any easier tonight against the league leaders. So, you know, hoping for a bit of defensive urgency, a little bit more effort than last week up at the Jets, and if we do that, we'll give ourselves a chance.
Cool. And for the Nuggets, of course, Todd Withers has been in great form. What's the plan to slow him down?
And 3, it is going to be a Herculean task to beat the defending champion league leaders on their home court where they have played so well this season.
No Sam Timmins tonight. That is the news. Todd Withers, Ja'Cory McLaughlin, Robbie Coleman, Michael Harris, and Jack Andrew gets the start. And it is an important game for young Jack Andrew, filling the shoes, of course, of the missing Sam Timmins. Coach is Brent Matahata. He's talking to his Chargers now. We caught up with him a short time ago. Here's what he had to say. Well, no doubt he's a happy coach at the moment, given the start for this team this season. TAB head-to-head. And, of course, we know Todd Withers has had an electric start to the season, and he figures prominently for the Nuggets tonight. Avery Woodson, likewise, has been up there for the Giants, but it could be a battle of what the Nuggets do defensively up against what the Giants aren't doing defensively at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this Otago Nuggets team is impressive defensively. First in the league in defensive rebound percentage. Third in offensive rebound percentage. The best defensive rating in the league at 93.6. The only team in the league under 100 in that respect. The Giants, on the other hand, they're good in some areas. They take care of the basketball at 12%, but unfortunately for them, Otago does a better job in turnover percentage. They're number 1 in the league. The Nuggets or the Giants are number 2. So this is going to be a test of what you can do better. Is your strength better than your opponent's strength? And the Nelson Giants' strength might be better than the Otago Nuggets tonight with Sam Timmins out.
Just about set for a start. Young Nuggets fan comes out, delivers the ball to the officials. Quick photo. Cavion Pippin and Jack Andrew about to do battle. Casey Frank, your tip for tonight?
I think the Nuggets are a little weak without Sam Timmins, so I'm going to go with the Giants to sneak their first win of the season.
Set for a start, round 4 in the Sal's NBL about to tip off. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. It'll be the Giants, the visitors, to get the opening opportunity of the game through McNaught. Here's Woodson, 22 points a game, 5th highest scorer in the league at the moment. Has Coleman in front of him, leaves him behind, hands it off to Cavion Pippin, and one off to the TAB. Dream start for the Giants.
Well, Avery Woodson really takes his time there, had that nice driving lane, uses the hesitation to draw multiple defenders. And that's what you need a big like Javion Pippin for, his ability to come, catch, and finish, take the hoop, take the harm, and head to the TAB for the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity.
And when you look now at Matua Maker, Cavion Pippin, who's 208 centimetres, and Sam Dempster, who's been holding the fort for many, many years down low. I mean, the Giants do look a much bigger team, don't they?
It's been a while since the Giants have had this much size in the front line. It's always been an area that they've struggled with, having to depend on that import talent. But with Maker and Pippin in there, they do, for the first time, have a lot of length. And Maker uses it to good effect on the steal, and Withers in the post there.
Yeah, well chipped out. Now the Giants a chance to go back-to-back. Pippin on young Jack Andrew, hands it out to Sammy Dempster. Back of the iron, fixing it up, though. Nice work, Alex McNaught.
Point guards are supposed to get back, but the fortuitous bounce right into the hands. And 4-0 start. The Nelson Giants will take every lucky break they can get.
And he'll be hoping for a big game, McNaught. Just 6 points each outing so far this season. He's got the job on McLaughlin.
And the Otago Nuggets haven't really forced any offense yet. I'd like to see something to the basket.
Matua Maker leaves it behind on the drive. Picked up McLaughlin. Quickly up the floor. Coleman in the corner. Back out. McLaughlin deep, short, front of the iron. Still no score for the Nuggets.
That's a much better look, that possession, though. The ball swings around, forces the defense to adjust, and finally finds the open shooter. Just couldn't connect from up top.
Let's see what they can do on this occasion. Both teams firing away from deep at the moment.
Yeah, they don't mind shooting the three-point ball. 6th in the three-point rate for the Nuggets and 3rd for the Giants, but neither team doing it with great efficiency.
Here's McNaught. Baseline drive, foul on Robbie Coleman. He goes into the books with his first foul of the game. Opening points at the moment, only sitting with the Giants.
And I like that fast break opportunity. Every fast break opportunity for this Giant squad, as we see Alex McNaught take the foul there. But the Nuggets have the third slowest pace in the league. I would push the pace on them all day long and try and fatigue this team that's already down one of its players.
Here's Woodson inside, Pippen outside, Dempster, three.
Wedgie! Stuck right in there, 0 for 2 Sam Dempster. That one might have gotten a nice cut if it had just gotten a little more rim, but doesn't get the rub of the green on that one. Good looks for the Giants on their opening possessions, though. 3 wide open looks from deep, and just the fact that they haven't found the range keeping them from a much bigger lead.
Here's McLaughlin. You know that if he gets going, good signs, as there always are with Todd Withers.
A nice screen action there. The back screen forces his defender to help out, giving him all that space up top. And after hitting 9 3-pointers last weekend, he is still there. Tough call on Javion Pippen there, the illegal screen on Todd Withers.
And the officials have been all over that the last couple of weeks. Clearly some instructions on illegal screens. Margin at 1, early stages, of course. Thursday night action in the Sal's NBL. Here's Withers, fires away again. This time just a little bit short as Dempster reaches up.
Very different quality of shot on that one, though. Well covered, much better defending that time by Maker.
On the drive, Avery Woodson.
Foul's called there.
Yeah, it was a foul in the end. We know Avery Woodson can light it up as well. We saw him put away 8 triples last week before.
A couple weeks ago,
yeah.
2 weeks ago. Last week was a bit of a struggle for the Giants and the home opener for the Manawatu 2 as the Jets won their first home opener in 13 years. Don't get mad at us, Jets fans. We just read the stats.
Didn't they play that up as well? They milked every bit of motivation out of that one. Turnover here and a foul as McLaughlin gets on the drive.
Not a great passing angle there from Alex McNaught. Goes to the inside shoulder, and that's the only place the defender can really pop the gap. And it leads to a turnover. Ja'Cory McLaughlin heading to the free throw line. I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think he was in a shooting motion, but he has been awarded free throws. And you will take that every chance you get it.
Absolutely. He's 86.7% from the TAB so far this season. Usually very, very good. Puts the first one away. 18 points a game, 6 rebounds. Probably the only blemish right now for McLaughlin, just 26% from beyond the arc. He is taking 18 shots per game, and without Sam Timmons tonight, you would think that McLaughlin is going to get plenty of looks.
Yeah, I think he should up his load in terms of shooting the basketball, but it's all about quality of looks for this Otago team. They need to run their offense well and really be patient with Timmons out there because he's not there to clean up the glass.
Here's Pippen. Maker now gets on the drive, step back, hand in there, McLaughlin on the arm.
Heard the slap from up here, even though Ja'Cory McLaughlin seems to disagree with the call. Decent move by Maker there. You see Pippen first, and Maker on the kick out comes through with a step back. And normally when that ball goes up, and there's a bit of arm, when the ball goes straight down, officials can use that as a symbol that it was clean. Maker hits the first from the TAB.
25-year-old, the South Sudanese Aussie. Just under 14 points a game. Has not missed a shot from the TAB this season, Matua Maker.
Well, there's the curse. Let's see if he can overcome it for the rest of the game.
McLaughlin and McNaught, big matchup in this one tonight. Woodson nearly with the strip. And it's been a bit of a battle so far between these two.
I'll tell you what, the Giants don't mind this pace. The Nuggets are certainly comfortable playing here, but given how much of a struggle it's been for the Giants in transition, in particular defensively, they're very happy the Nuggets are walking it up.
And the Nuggets burst out of the blocks last week against the Airs, didn't they? Courtesy of this man. Oh, big block. Pippen comes across on Todd Withers.
Puts the hand up, tries to block some light so he can see how far he smacked that one. That's going to be up in row 4.
TJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Here it is.
Withers coming around that screen, and Pippen just times it perfectly, takes it out. Withers never found the body of the shot blocker.
McLaughlin.
Stepped out.
Coach killer on the sideline.
And that's, you really got to have a better awareness of the court there, especially when that's the play, you're passing it in just to step out, get that quick catch and shoot. Unfortunately, steps on the line there, and that is another unforced turnover here for the Otago Nuggets. Early in this one, not executing to the same level they did a week ago against Taranaki.
Shooting 1 of 5 at the moment, Casey, so just 20%, scooping it up and in. Young Alex McNaught, handy 2 points. He started well tonight.
Yeah, he's harassing McLaughlin defensively, and I like that aggressiveness offensively. He needs to get his mindset in there as a scorer, not just a distributor.
He has 4 points in the game. Coleman hands it off.
Oh, good
well,
call.
Harris has kicked that leg out, and he's been picked up for that, and you were right on it, Case.
Yeah, he was searching for that contact. It was a bit awkward the way he was kicking it out. Avery Woodson was trailing, stopped it, did well to stop before the contact had it not been for that outshot leg. Harris pays the price. The Nuggets disagree, but that is another turnover in consecutive possessions here for the Nuggies.
Yeah, 3 in the game so far as Harris takes a seat. Here's Woodson. Dempster on the slip, leaves Woodson with Withers. Good battle, Withers. Absolute premier defender, and Woodson up to the task.
Well, that was all class, that battle there. Nice fadeaway by Woodson to get the space. Great D by Withers, but sometimes you just got to tip your cap to him.
Giants out by 5. Here's McLaughlin. Good reply for the Nuggets.
You like that matchup. If he doesn't have Alex McNaught on him, I'd expect him to get a lot looser with the handle.
McNaught on the move again. Big Jack Andrew gets a hand on it.
Got to know who you're passing to there. That's a fellow 6'3" guard. What's he going to do with it if he catches that tough angle?
Foul on McNaught.
It's going to be his second, I believe. Picked up an earlier one on McLaughlin, and that's going to force the Giants to the bench early. But they actually have quite a bit of depth in that guard position. So in comes Tyler Marsh, the left-handed shooter, who I got to say I liked him a little bit more when he had the mullet.
He has been in good form, though, this season. Just under 10 points a game, and he's certainly given the Giants some punch off the pine, hasn't he? Shooting at just under 48% as well.
And that punch off the pine is about all the punch they've had. They have struggled offensively as well as defensively.
Here's Withers firing away.
Oof, it is locked in right now for Todd Withers. Picking up where he left off a week ago. Second triple of the night, responsible for 60% of the points so far.
Hit 5 of his first 6 from downtown against the Airs. Nick Trathan on that classic baseline drive we've come to know him for.
Well, we're talking about the defensive abilities of the Nuggets, but this is about as bad of the defensive possession as they've had this year. Straight line drive, no defensive resistance at the point of attack whatsoever, and Trathan takes advantage, forces Darcy Knox into an uncomfortable position, takes the harm, gets the hoop, and now to the TAB.
25-year-old out of Waimea College.
He's got explosive scoring ability. Really solid athlete, can get up and above the rim, and those skills athletically especially, he needs to transfer a bit more to the defensive end because that's where the Giants are struggling this year.
And one of his great strengths is his long-range shooting, just 27% from three-point land so far this season, Nick Trathan. But he is one guy, if he gets some open looks tonight, he can certainly light it up.
Streaky, no doubt. There is a streak coming.
Aitchison, great pass underneath, finished off by Matt Bardsley.
Well, nice cut, excellently timed as well. Sam Dempster took his eye off the man he was defending, and he paid the price for it.
Here's Woodson, Withers, good battle, switching it up. Coleman now with the job. Woodson on the drive, and that's classy stuff from Avery Woodson.
Well, once he got Withers off him and was forced onto Coleman, he knew he had that speed advantage, and he went to the really quick move to get to the bucket and the finish.
Here's Darcy Knox. Another one of these talented locals for the Nuggets. And on the drive, Corey McLaughlin.
Another straight line drive. The help has to step up earlier than that. Too late to meet him at the rim. He's too good a finisher to give that much space.
Giants, of course, face the Saints in the Capital on Saturday night. No doubt another sellout crowd to be enjoyed. Was there a foul there? No. Good defense in the end from Robbie Coleman. Dempster losing it. And the Nuggets with a chance to take the lead. Foul off the ball here.
So that's on Trathan.
Tangled up, yeah.
Got trucked, but it's always unfortunate when you're on the floor getting the foul or the whistle blown at you, but the Nuggets will take it. Third personal. Of course, Otago has already fouled 5 times, so free throws the rest of the way for the Giants.
Do you like the look of the headband brothers on the floor at the moment for the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Coleman's just left.
Do I like the look of the headband brothers?
Did you ever wear a headband when you played?
I've worn a lot of things to keep this hair out of the way. There's a long list, and unfortunately, photographic evidence as well.
How many things can you possibly put in your hair?
I mean, one at a time, but there's a lot of games, Justin.
Oh, sure.
Well, I only utilize one tool at a time to keep the hair out of the eyes and allow me to shoot.
The good old days.
Little 2-3 zone. Giants gonna have to control the glass out of this look.
Bardsley steps through, hands it off. Good play, Nuggets. Well done, Bardsley to Andrew, and they take the lead.
Oh, Pippen really overcommitted there. Bardsley not a threat from that 15 once he picked up the ball, but that step up and help open the angle for Andrews, who finished well.
Pippen switches play. Marsh on the drive.
Oh, a lot of contact there. Marsh unfortunately doesn't get the call if you're a Giants fan.
The Nuggets settle it down. Couple of minutes to play in this first quarter. Well held up. And the shot by Bardsley actually created a fair bit of room for himself. They get it back.
And the rebounding on the defensive end struggling a little bit right now for the Giants. This is an area of great strength. They're 4th in the league in defensive rebound percentage at 75%. But up to this point, they're doing an okay job keeping the Nuggets off the offensive glass, who are the best offensive rebounding team in the league.
Withers and McLaughlin, 6 points each in this opening quarter. Here's Jack Andrew inside off the glass. His first points, in fact, he's up to 4 in the game.
A good patient move right to the jump hook, using his body well to keep any shot blocking thoughts away from that basketball.
Official stats partner of the Salons NBL, the TAB. Dying stages of this opening quarter tonight. Thursday night hoops. Here's Marsh, and he'll get pinged for that. That left arm came out. Darcy Knox on the slide. And as soon as you see that arm extend, you don't get away with it too often, do you?
Easy call, especially out there on an island at half court. You can't hide that in between bodies. Good job by Darcy Knox, who's, you know, I think he's starting to earn a little bit of a reputation as an agitator in this league, getting under the skin of opponents and really making himself a nuisance on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, I don't mind it. The Nuggets have got a couple of those plays. Defensively, they definitely stack up. Here's Bardsley. Woodson in front of him. On the move. Tall timber. Pippen was waiting for him. Heads out to Jack Andrew, who missed everything. Off hands. They'll get it back, though, the Nuggets.
Tom Ingham on the floor, wondering, can I get a whistle being down here?
And how good is it to see the 29-year-old back on the floor this season after missing all of 2022?
Been a long slog, unfortunately for him, with that knee injury.
Here he's playing defense.
Attempting to, as Matt Bardsley gives him the blue Bayou Linda Ronstadt move for the finish.
Oh, I like that.
You can steal it, I'm sure you will.
Bardsley again, some real spark for the Nuggets as well, late in this opening quarter. Here's Pippen. Andrew steps inside and around and puts down the 2. That's a good basket from Kavion Pippen.
Nice patience shown, using the pass fake to just breathe Withers enough to get that space in for the finger roll.
Nuggets by 3. Here's Knox. Goes left and succeeds, draws the foul. He'll head to the TAB.
the point of attack defensively is pretty poor for both teams here in this first quarter. Has not taken much of a ball fake or a jab step to find yourself in a straight line drive. If you're going to drive in a straight line, might as well do it to the team merch shop.
Absolutely.
Use that QR code, pick up maybe one of these beautiful Otago Nuggets uniforms. I prefer the baby blue. That might be top of the table on my list right now.
Your segue form is on point tonight too, by the way.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
We often talk about the Giants and their local talent that they've been, you know, they've definitely become renowned for years, haven't they? But what about the Nuggets and their local talent?
Well, I think it's been a more recent phenomenon for this team. You know, I think for years there, the Nuggets weren't really able to capitalize on the brewing popularity of basketball and the basketball talent they had in the region for the most part, especially when it came to depth. They were able to find some tall blacks, but what they've done filling out the bench and the rosters outside the starters this season has been phenomenal as Trathan hits the corner triple.
Well, that's exactly what we were talking about with Nick Trathan. We know that he's capable. Gets that margin back to 2.
Shot clock off here. They can use up the entirety of the game clock in the quarter.
Darcy Knox gets the switch. Pippen in front of him. Goes it alone. Has to flick it back out. Hard one for Withers. He's got to get it up here. He does in time. Gee, it wasn't too far away. Entertaining first quarter. Nothing in it tonight. A must-win game for the Giants. A winless start to the season. The Nuggets, they're yet to drop one at home. They lead by 2 at quarter time. We'll be back after the break. Here in Dunedin tonight, Thursday night hoops, and the Sal's Super Special. Pick up the 1.5 litre bottle of Coke with the Sal's NBL Steel Combo, which, by the way, is the #1 combo at Sal's, the NBL Steel. Don't miss out. There's the code online. Assist, nice and easy, and that is a pretty good assist.
How can you not be the #1 combo with deals like that?
Love it.
You know I gotta give me a slice.
1 quarter down, Nuggets lead by 2. Stats with thanks to the TAB. Casey Frank, your thoughts on the opening 10 minutes tonight?
Well, not a lot of defense played there, and unfortunately an unforced error. I believe that's Tyson Ailopatia with the turnover there. Haven't seen him personally since his time a couple years ago where he's a young 16-year-old. Great to see him back in the fold.
Yeah, 21 years of age now as McLaughlin sinks the 2.
A nice drive there right into the teeth of the defense and able to get the finish despite a bit of contact that he avoids. And the Nuggets starting to look in control. Nelson has to find some kind of rhythm on this end.
Game high 8 points now for McLaughlin. Back-to-back turnovers there for the Giants. You can see Mike Fitchett in the background there. Not happy at all.
And pretty unforced. We see Pippen talking about contact on the arm, but just needs to be a bit more patient in the post instead of chucking it out. And
McLaughlin strong, forces the foul, just breezed by Lupatia. Got to the hoop. Here's the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, and look at that, that's just too easy.
Well, those are the straight line drives I'm talking about, and that's the kind of lack of defensive intensity that's going to drive Coach Mike Fitchett crazy. You just have to do a better job of turning him at the point of attack. If the man you're defending doesn't need to at least cross over once to change directions, you have not done a good enough job protecting that rim. Rams
and Sharks coming your way tomorrow night on Sky Sport. And of course, big news out of the Rams camp yesterday. Ty Wynyard is off to China in a few weeks' time. He signed a lucrative 3x3 deal in Shanghai. And the Rams now need to have a think about their lineup.
It puts him in an interesting position. Great for Ty, great for the franchise to help him get to this point. He looks in the best shape he has in years, but that is as big a hole in the middle as created with one player's exit. And they're certainly going to have to do some searching to replace him.
Tratham down to Pippen. Pippen surrounded by blue, finds Woodson on the arc. Deep on the shot. Nuggets come up with it again. That lead at 6 now. Here's Harris. Quiet in the first quarter. Has it back, fires from deep. He needs a big start tonight. That'll help his confidence.
Well, I like the way he penetrates, kicks it out a little off balance, but he relocates. His teammates look for him. He's starting to catch fire and find a bit of form on the shot.
Good basket, Giants responding back the other way. McNaught to Pippen. Harris is just 18% from the arc this season too, so that'll help.
Can't hurt. 18%, not much you can do to hurt that respect.
McLaughlin searching. Gets the little pull-up jumper in the end. Did that come off Big Jack Andrew? Did for mine.
Oh my.
Oh, it's going to go the way of the Nuggets.
Not the way it looked from the angle on the TV camera, but I'm sure the officials have a better view, although the Giants fans may not agree.
How about the workload on Jack Andrew tonight, Casey? No Sam Timmins if you've just joined us. That's 17 points and 11 rebounds a game that the Nuggets need to find. Harris from the TAB, short. Coleman keeps it alive. Back to Harris, gets on the move, spins to the basket. Cavion Pippen, they're waiting for him.
He's got a couple of those now, and there certainly are some big blocks as Harris has a bit of a laugh about it, but the Giants, another missed box out, missed opportunities, really letting the Nuggets start to pick up this possession game. They've already got 4 more shots, and that's only going to increase with these offensive rebounds and forced turnovers.
Giants out to 7 turnovers in the game now.
That's the 3rd personal foul on Alex McNaught there. Checked back in the ball game, and he's pleading with the officiating crew that there was no contact. That would suffice a whistle, but Ja'Cory McLaughlin heads off to the free throw line to take a couple, well actually 3 from the TAB.
Hasn't missed from the TAB tonight either, and some foul trouble for the Giants at the moment. As you said, McNaught with 3. Tyler Marsh has just seen 4 minutes of action. He's on the bench with 2 fouls. Back the other way, Michael Harris has 2 for the Nuggets. McLaughlin lighting things up tonight.
And he's already drawn 4 fouls at this short stage. That's a really nice job by the point guard of looking for that contact, driving into the teeth of the defense, absorbing it and finishing. And this one's already starting to look like it's getting away from the Giants. They have to find some level of commitment to that defensive end shortly.
13 in the game now for McLaughlin, the former Dallas Mavericks player. 4 games, of course, with the Mavs. And he's a perfect 5 of 5 from the TAB. Hot start. In fact, make that 7 of 7, I think it'll jump up to. So,
yeah, fantastic start. He's really putting it on today. Averages 18 points, 6 rebounds, 6.3 assists. 2nd in the competition in assists. Just one of those today as he looks to take on a bit more of a scoring load with Timmins, or maybe it's just the opportunity of not having Timmins there, a little bit more space in the key and a bit more ball in hand.
Hoopheads, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. and of course, always on a Thursday night leading into our Sal's NBL Thursday night game. It was on a little bit earlier on. Catch all the action and it's always a bit of fun.
Well, hopefully for the viewers as well.
Hopefully for the viewers.
I mean, we have fun wherever, but as long as we're putting it together, talking about the news that matters and bringing a little spotlight to the game, I'm always happy to chat a little bit of basketball.
Well, the two big pieces out of Sal's Hoopheads this week. If Romaro Gill hits a 3 this year, that beard's coming off, is that right?
Yeah, sure. Sure, you can take off all the hair on my body if Romaro Gill hits a 3.
Oh, that's a scary thought. Probably the more likely event to occur is if the Jets can win their 3rd straight game this week. A good colleague and friend, Andrew Mulligan, has promised to deck himself out in all green to celebrate next week on Hoopheads.
I really hope he turns into a leprechaun. I can't wait.
Thought he already was. 10-point margin.
He certainly has the luck of the Irish.
Now the Giants need to respond here. Woodson, that's a hard pass for Pippen to pick up at his ankles, but there's a foul on Robbie Coleman there.
It just seems to be a team that's not yet on a string. Doesn't really understand the spacing. Of course, Pippen, a relatively new convert to the squad, has only been with the team for about a week. But at some point, it doesn't matter how long you've been together, especially when you're in an 0-3 hole in terms of wins. You just got to start getting some kind of rhythm out there.
Here's Maker, 4 points in the game tonight. Woodson, just the 2 points so far. Bardsley trying to lock and trail at the moment. Here's Dempster on the step back. Tough shot, Sammy D up to the task. First points in the game for him.
Well, sometimes when it's a tough one, you feel a little freer. Certainly felt some freedom on the swish.
McLaughlin, Withers had a hot start. Now goes to work on Pippen off the glass. Tough cover, isn't he?
Playing with his foot a little bit there with the crossover. Really showed the discrepancy in speed between the two players. Nice finish as well.
8 in the game for Withers. Dempster, corner 3. Yes, indeed, for Sammy D.
There Sammy D goes. Had a couple of good looks early that wet wanting, but hits that tough one and now has found a bit of rhythm. Can they transfer it to this end?
Back-to-back baskets for the 32-year-old in his 16th season as Withers comes up short. And now they're on the move, the Giants. Tails up. Woodson, corner. Well, the pass from Maker was intended for Pippen.
Oh my, that is just unfortunate there. I don't mind the unselfishness, obviously, from Maker trying to kick it inside the Pippen, but I think that's just a bit more evidence of this lack of familiarity that these players have with one another, not really aware of when they feel the need to shoot, when they feel the need to pass. And fortunately for them in this game, time's running out to find it.
8 turnovers now for the Giants. Nuggets have scored 11 points so far off those turnovers. As Harris fires from deep. They'll keep it alive. Shot clock down to 6 though. They've got to move here, the Nuggets, and again, stepping out of play. Aitchison on this occasion.
Well, some sloppiness to this one here in the first half. The early game of the week sometimes jumps up on you. Not a lot of training time coming off a weekend game to try and prepare for your opponent along with travel and everything else. But right now, no excuse for the lack of execution.
Pippen with the fake turnaround, short on the shot. 7-point deficit for the visitors. Harris inside, Jack Andrews foul. He'll have to do the scoring from the TAB.
Well, Pippen pulled out of position there on Andrew because of this nice push by Harris. You see he's got that speed advantage straight to it, forces Pippen to drop a little bit lower than you want to. Good dish by Harris to Andrew, but a good foul by Pippen. Does it physically, does it without letting him finish.
Other news around the Sal's NBL this week. Braden Inga set to return for the Sharks tomorrow night and in Sunday's trip to play the Hawks. And that's a good in for the Sharks.
Yeah, he'll help. His size, his shooting ability, that is another weapon that teams are going to have to account for. I'll tell you what the biggest weapon for the Nuggets is right now. 7 offensive rebounds They've got more on the offensive end than the Giants have total.
Cutting to the basket, scoring, Tyler Marsh.
Good pass there, good cut. Need more movement like that to keep this Nuggets team on its heels.
Clumsy foul, Avery Woodson. Not what the Giants need. And McLaughlin continues to prove a handful. Certainly the dominant player on the court right now with 13 points. And another foul.
A lot of whistles. This is going to be free throws 12 and 13 for the Nuggets here in the first half. And the Giants just unable to keep their hands out of the cookie jar. And coming into this game, this will be concerning for the Giants. The Nuggets were third last in the competition in free throw rate at 25.9%, meaning about a quarter of their possessions ended in a free throw. Well, it's at a much higher rate today here in the first half.
It's going to jump tonight, isn't it?
This will be free throw attempts 12 and 13, and they have not yet missed.
Harris.
12 for 12 as a squad from the TAB.
And the Giants, just 9 players suited up tonight as well. And another one for the Nuggets. So fouls starting to rack up now. McNaught and Pippen both on 3. And it's a 9-point deficit. Huge round for the Giants on the road. On the double, speaking of fouls, Josh Aitchison getting into the back of Avery Woodson.
Yeah, I saw that off arm there, just pushing him in the back, and Woodson sells it pretty well. Not that it's a sell, there's certainly contact, but the body language made it very obvious and forced that whistle to get blown. Heads off to the TAB, where the Giants will be appreciative of the opportunity.
And he needs to get going, Casey. Just his 3rd point in the game, averaging a touch over 22 on the season.
And just 1 shot on the game so far, which is just really unable to get himself involved in the action. And that is just not going to be able to cut it for this Giant squad, who is really dependent on his abilities to create as a scorer.
Can we send one of your favorite players some love tonight as well?
Who are we talking about? Hiram Harris?
Hiram Harris.
I knew that right away. There's my favorite player in the league right now, but Hiram Harris, big signing. Off to the, for most New Zealand fans, the hated Perth Wildcats.
The enemy. There's a few Kiwis over there at the moment.
But they are. That's why I say for most. Certainly not all, but I think he's going to fit in really well there with his toughness and tenacity on both ends of the court.
Timeout here. The Nuggets leading this one by 8.
Well, Nelson not playing well, and they find themselves still down 8 points as we thank the TAB, our stats partner. And what we're looking at right now is the shooting percentages for both squads. The Giants shooting 12 for 19, 63% in this ball game. When you take a look at the Nuggets, down at 11 for 24 at 45%. But
those turnovers.
It's the turnovers that they're forcing. Unfortunately for Nelson, 8 turnovers for them, just 4 for Otago. And these are 2 of the better teams normally at keeping possession, but that aggressiveness on the defensive end from the Nuggets, they have turned many of a flower wilting away this season.
The Otago Nuggets dancers always entertaining the crowd down here in Dunedin. Thursday night hoops. And they'll be pretty happy with what they've seen so far from their home team. Of course, the reigning champions. What a performance last season. That final 6. Still not sure anybody saw it coming.
Well, I think it was the first time all year they'd actually been healthy. I think there was no doubt about their talent. It was just their availability. And that, of course, is the best ability as Withers lets another one fly, but can't hit. Andrew just doing the yeoman-like work on the offensive glass. Another opportunity. I believe that's the 8th.
Here's McLaughlin. He fires away. They're going to get it back again.
Well, this is just going to cause Mike Fitchett to have a conniption.
He'll be pretty frustrated at the moment. They've done unbelievably well. In fact, let's just call it luck that they've got away without conceding points there. Maybe they can get some back the other way. Yes, indeed they can. From the corner, Tom Ingham.
Unselfish play there by Sam Dempster, finding the shooter in the corner. They need those triples to drop, and they're back in this ball game, just 2 possessions down.
Bardsley searching. Harris, deep shot. Getting up, Withers had it, lost it. Matua Maker picks it up off the boards. And here come the Giants. Woodson, was there contact there?
You know, I don't like that shot. They're just starting to find a rhythm. They're starting to make the Nuggets force things defensively, and a quick one gives them a fast break opportunity the other way.
McLaughlin, he can't make them pay.
Had a blowout or something there. Went down, had a great look at it.
Maybe another triple. Nick Trathan.
Oh, leave it up. It's pretty. Let everybody see it. His second three-pointer of the ball game, and all of a sudden Nelson just down 2.
Trathan moves to 9 in the game, has not missed a shot. So all of a sudden the Giants back in this one. Bardsley, unfamiliar territory for him, but he'll take it.
Well, I think Sam Dempster's happy with that look for the Nuggets, but even though you may not think he's a great shooter, you can't let a shooter shoot. You still have to have a hand up. You still have to make him uncomfortable. Just too much space for Bardsley there. He takes advantage and stretches it back to a 5-point lead with 3 minutes to go here in the quarter.
Corey McLaughlin takes a quick break. Game high scorer at the moment for the Nuggets with 13. Giants seemingly battling some foul trouble. They're back into this one. Is that Sammy Dempster being pulled up for the offensive foul?
Did not see a lot of contact there.
Need to see that again.
Being extra judicious on the contact for these Giant screens today as Dempster picks up a foul, and that's going to put him in foul trouble now as well. His second personal.
We did say earlier, the last couple of weeks, it seems it's something in the game that's being watched very, very carefully, the illegal screens.
And we've got a parade of whistles. As Mike Harris was going to pass it off, and he's even apologizing to Tom Ingham for the call.
A wry smile from Ingham, still having some words. Harris will get to the TAB.
The Giants just can't keep their hands out of the cookie jar. It is foul after foul. 2 players with 3 fouls. Tyler Marsh with 2. Pardon me, earlier that was Sam Dempster's first, but this is the 13th personal foul as Tom Ingham picks up his first personal.
Well, the foul count on the TAB stat sheet, 13-8, but as you said, Case, they're putting their hands into spots where they shouldn't be putting them.
Yeah, it's those 13 free throws for the Giants have led to 15 free throws for the Nuggets, but just 6 opportunities for the Giants the other way.
Here's Woodson. He has to get going.
Oh,
claps his hands. Yep.
Finally.
He knows.
Needed that one, and that might put a little bit of a pep in his step, and maybe we see some rebounding for the Giants out of this 2-3 zone.
Actually, given the fouls, Bardsley gets inside for 2. That'll disappoint Mike Fitchett.
It's just too easy. There's no resistance. Nobody's stepping up a little bit out of their zone. That back line of the 2-3 is so flat that it gives Bardsley tons of space to flash and plenty of room to operate once he catches the ball and puts it on the floor.
I was going to say, given the fouls and the turnovers, you know, Giants are actually, well, they were a 4-point margin. There's 4 points in it.
Well, I mean,
things haven't gone well for them, and there's not that much in the game.
Even 6, I think you have to be reasonably pleased with where the score sits right now, if not the effort that got you there. You know, I think fortunate for the Nelson Giants that the Nuggets aren't shooting the ball very well, and Nelson's found a little bit of activity. But look at that 2-point percentage. The Giants are 10 for 13 inside the arc. It's just these careless turnovers that have really kept them from finding the pinnacle of their offense.
And the Nuggets offensive rebounds as well, getting a lot of second opportunities. Heading down towards halftime. Who knows what to expect tonight? This time last week, of course, we were in Hawke's Bay for that huge game between the Rams and the Hawks. They were both going in off a loss, and what a classic, what an epic that turned out to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And one that I think both teams' players were playing for the next day and the day after, and possibly the day after that. Big minute load.
Well, you and I spoke to Judd Flavel last night, and he thought it was the first time he's been involved in a triple overtime game as a coach. Said he'd done it as a player. There's another turnover. Good defense, Matt Bardsley.
Bardsley's everywhere. His fingerprints are all over this basketball game right now. Defensively on the glass, he's hit some big shots. Had the triple, I don't think it's the first triple of his career, but he hasn't had many, and you'll love to see a role player step up, especially when you've lost somebody the quality of Sam Timmins for the night.
Yeah, on that triple overtime game, Judd Flavel said he was completely worn out after that.
What do coaches do? What do coaches worn out for?
Hey, be careful.
Would you have to hold the fingers up there, coach? Come on now.
He'll be watching. Harris fires away. You like getting yourself into trouble, don't you?
Only since I was born.
Oh, big steps off the glass. Matua Maker.
Awkward finish. Makes it difficult to finish. Coming off the right foot and the right hand with the kiss. But makes it look pretty.
And that margin again back to 4. Harris. Floater. Up and in.
These catches and drives, it's the rotations of the Giants defense is just a half step slow, and it's allowing these driving opportunities at will for the Nuggets as we see another touch foul being whistled. Sam Dempster, the recipient of this one, just the 3rd team foul on the Nuggets here in the second quarter. Have done a much better job of not fouling, but the real story of this first half is the glass. 18 rebounds, 9 of those offensive for the Nuggets, just 9 rebounds total for the Giants and just 1 on the offensive glass.
Well, we did highlight it in the TAB head-to-head earlier on tonight, the rebounding. There's another turnover. Will the Nuggets make the Giants pay yet again? Bardsley, probably lucky in the end, coming off the hand of Maker.
And another turnover. That's 10 turnovers in the first half. That is just a number that you do not hear of in a one half for the Nelson Giants very often. Led the league in turnover percentage last year. We're just so frugal with possession. And this carelessness is what's got them in this six-point hole. If they valued possession a little bit more, they would be in much better shape.
Well, what does Mike Fitchett talk about at halftime? Because his side has had a 0-3 start to the season. They're on a big road double, of course, tonight against the Nuggets. Saturday night, they're in the capital against the Saints. They're down by 6 here. They're turning the ball over. They're losing off the glass quite badly. What does he talk about right now and through the halftime break?
Well, sadly for a coach, it's never a great thing to talk about, but it's effort first and foremost, and then execution secondly. That many turnovers, we're not taking our time offensively, we're not being patient, and we're not playing together. We have to make ourselves available for our teammates so we're not forcing these bad passes. We have to run the plays swiftly, crisply, so we know where our teammates are going to be when we're attacking. And, you know, on the glass, on the defensive glass, that is all effort. Find somebody and put your backside into them play after play. If you're not boxing somebody out, you're on the bench next to me. That would be how I'd be talking if I was Coach Mike Fitchett right now.
Former Tall Black star. Also star of the Sal's NBL, the Australian NBL. Casey Frank with us tonight. The Giants with some work to do. What can the Nuggets do here late to end this first half? McLaughlin will fire away, won't get the roll off the front of the iron.
A nice hustle by Dempster to get back into that box out position. And now the Giants have a chance for a 2-for-1 if they take it quickly.
Ingham, Withers right there with him. Woodson, look at Withers still there. Dempster now. He gets on the move. They turn it over again, the Giants.
Dempster disappointed, dropped his head a bit, but he gets the free steal because of it.
Fortuitous will get all the way to the ring. He'll get 2 of his own, and it's worked out well for the Giants in the end.
You know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and it worked out for Sam Dempster that time.
And now last shot of the half coming up for the Nuggets. McLaughlin wants it. Goes searching inside the paint, twisting, turning. Doesn't get the drop. Good defense in the end, Tom Ingham. And for everything that's gone wrong for the Giants in that first half, it's only a 4-point margin.
You've got to feel pretty lucky if you're the Giants in there in the changing sheds. You get to reset, start over at halftime. A 4-point ball game in favor of the Otago Nuggets on their home floor.
McNamara hits the floor. Halftime stats with thanks to TAB coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Edgar Centre in Dunedin tonight. Half-time in this one. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you as the kids get up and down the floor, enjoying some hoops of their own. The Nuggets leading it by 4 at the half, 47-43, as we have a look at all of the stats with thanks to TAB.
Well, Ja'Cory McLaughlin was getting his game to the line, 7 for 7 from the free throw stripe. That's what got him to the top of the scoring table. Nick Trathan doing some work, 2 for 2 from deep and a 3-point play. But outside of that, the efficiency was a bit of a struggle. Matt Bardsley, 9 points. Well on his way to a career high with all that effort, really. Seeing the slippery eel at his best tonight. Move on to the rebounds, and that is an area that the Otago Nuggets are absolutely dominating. Woodson, Dempster, McNaught. That is, by the way, every rebound.
That's about it.
That is every rebound the Giants have. There are no other rebounds for the Nuggets on the other end. I think there'd be a few bit more. As a matter of fact, that means more rebounds than the Nuggets are being, the Giants are being credited with. But the assists, not a lot of play without the basketball. A lot of one-on-one moves, not a lot of catch and shoot beyond 3 and those second chance opportunities. But Maker and McLaughlin leading the way with 3 apiece there.
Matt Bardsley, the slippery eel.
Everywhere.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, that was my moniker for him in the showdown back in the day. Yeah,
the slippery eel.
Because he is a slippery eel out there. He is getting himself into some cracks.
It has come back out as Cavion Pippin has a couple of blocks in this one tonight. And as you can see, the Nuggets have been all over it, forcing those turnovers. And amazingly, the Giants are within 4 when they would want nothing more than to write that half of basketball off.
Essentially, when they shoot the ball, it's going in. 12 for 15 from inside the arc. 5 for 10 from deep as we take a look at Stephen from Dunedin.
Ah, there he is. He's been hanging out with his mate Tom Ingham today, sinking some milk bottles.
As you do.
As you do on a Thursday night in Dunedin. So the news here, the Giants aren't out of it. They certainly would want to come out and play better in this second half. Nuggets have it by 4 at the break. Second half not too far away. Stick with us. Thursday night hoops in the NZNBL right here on your home of sport, Sky Sport. Back in a moment.
Looking at the end of the year, you're looking at that next game. That's the only one you can worry about. But the only one you can control is the one you're in. They can't worry about tomorrow. They got to worry about today.
Got to get tonight. Absolutely. Third quarter underway. Matt Bardsley, 9 points in the first half. Our good friend Mike Lacey has communicated with us. That three-pointer earlier on tonight. Todd Withers misses that one for Bardsley. First ever three-pointer in his Sal's NBL career. There you go.
And Coach Matahare still letting them shoot. Well, the game has changed, but nice to see Bardsley rewarded with that triple after a great first half.
Here's Dempster. Can he fire a big one to start us off?
Oh, great contest by Withers. Foul called.
Matua off to the TAB.
Just the second offensive rebound for the Giants, but that's the way you like to see a second half start. Address the shortcomings of the first half. At halftime, come out in the second half and do what you can with them. As Alex McNaught in the game with those 3 fouls, as is Pippen. Coach Mike Fitchett rolling the dice a little bit here early in the third quarter, trusting his players that they're going to be able to keep themselves from getting that extra whistle.
Maker makes the first, of course, younger brother of Thon Maker. Also won an NBL championship in Australia, Matua Maker, with the Sydney Kings in 2021.
Had a brilliant couple of games for the Canterbury Rams last season before injury. Great to see him back, as he probably still working his body back into game shape.
And that margin now back to 2 as McLaughlin fires away and misses.
McLaughlin starting to struggle a little bit from deep. He was off to a great start early with some good looks, but he is now 0 for 5 from the three-point line.
He's done most of his damage at the TAB, hasn't he, tonight?
And 7 for 7 from the stripe.
Here's Pippen. Can he get going? Foul there on Big Jack Andrew, the lad from Oamaru. Of course, he's playing bigger minutes tonight in the absence of Sam Timmins, out for personal reasons. Here's McNaught. 3 fouls in that opening half for Alex McNaught. The 20-year-old searching. Dempster over the top of Coman.
Foul on the shot.
Coman may have just got him down the arm there.
Oh, it is Coach Killer there. And this could be just the sniff the Giants were looking for. Get a whiff of it, and all of a sudden there's a little bit of wind behind the sails. Sam Dempster with 3 attempts from the TAB here.
Well, believe it or not, they can take the lead here.
That's what I was saying. I've had a chance to take the lead. I mean, if you let me speak, Justin, I could jump in the point.
Well, there you go. There's the first.
Yeah, nice job executing an unfortunate foul for Coman, as both teams need to be a little bit more disciplined on the defensive end when it comes to the fouling right now.
And he's pretty good at the stripe, is Sammy D, in his 16th season, going at over 93% in 2023. There you go. Take it away.
Keeps going. Keeps going. The shooter is going, and the commentator's curse is not in effect for Justin Nelson tonight.
Well, it's been a long time since the Giants have led this one. Believe it or not, they're out by 1. Bardsley back into the game. Here's Withers up high over the top of Maker.
And just a bit of an over-adjustment by Maker there, trying to get to that offhand, and Withers very patient on the finish.
I know we're only a couple of minutes into this half, Casey, but what's changed for the Giants?
Bit more pace, bit more energy early going, and so far taking care of the ball.
Pippen rolls it in for 2. That lead out to 3, out to 1, sorry.
A lot more definitive offensively as well. Much stronger, quicker move there by Pippen than we saw in the first half.
Nowhere to go, Bardsley. Withers open at the top. And it's another miss.
Yeah, three-point line really drying up for the Nuggets. They are now 4 for 19.
Turnover. Mike Fitchett won't be happy with that. Getting the roll. Good basket, Michael Harris.
No, I thought he might have gotten a bit of contact. Was looking for the whistle. Dempster does well not to get pinged with it, but another careless turnover leads to instant points. Talk about another one.
Yeah, chalk it down, and Harris will make him pay. So just like that, back-to-back turnovers, Achilles heel tonight for the Giants, and they've been made to pay.
You got to value that ball like gold. That would have been the lesson that Mike Fitchett was talking about at halftime. Every time we shoot, we basically score. You just can't turn it over.
13 turnovers in the game for the Giants tonight. 15 points for the Nuggets off those turnovers.
That's actually up to 14 turnovers now.
Wow.
So, and coming in, I believe I mentioned this is the second best team in the competition in terms of turnover percentage. They're just turning it over 11% of the time. Not the deal tonight.
On the inbound, Woodson misses another. Harris pulls it up. McLaughlin has Pippen in front of him. Goes over the top. Short on the shot. Jack Andrews there to finish it all off.
The big man amongst three white jerseys snatches that rebound and finishes it himself.
Just like that, the Nuggets on a run here at the moment. McNaught misses. McLaughlin up the floor quickly. Lofts it up. Bardsley had it and lost it. Doesn't matter. Harris will get another two.
Well, just real easy opportunities for the Nuggets when they're running. If I'm Coach Brett Montahade, I might try and push the pace a bit more. The Nelson Giants struggling in defensive transition since taking that lead.
Home team on a run right now. Giants need to respond. Woodson will fire away again. That's better for Avery Woodson.
I like the way the ball moves side to side there, then the penetration by Dempster. And it opens up that opportunity for Woodson.
Bardsley slips it through to Todd Withers.
And the Giants just not staying connected defensively away from the ball. Everybody's turned looking at that ball handler, not worried about the cutters, not bodying Withers up as he comes through. Takes advantage for two.
Assist number 3 for Bardsley tonight. Points to 12 for Withers. Pippen head down, bustles his way through a nugget sandwich.
And Coach Brett Montahade giving a warning, but not a quick technical.
Still having plenty to say, isn't he? GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's Pippen, head down, finds the gap, and in fact, got the shot away in amongst 3.
Well, a lot of tall timber in there, but Pippen's footwork enabling him to find the space. Not get the ball into the bucket, but he does get to the TAB. A couple of opportunities for there, which will give the Giants a good chance to settle their defense on the other end as well. Stop these transition opportunities that the Nuggets have really been taking advantage of.
Just his second game in Giants colours. Cavion Pippen, of course, the nephew of NBA Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen, had 14 points and 6 rebounds on debut last week against the Jets. He's at 9 points, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and no rebounds tonight.
Yeah, well, that's part of the prescription from the doctor for this Giant squad is get on the glass. So that is an area that he's going to try and have to pick up the slack in. A little tough to do when you've got those 3 fouls in the first half. Limited minutes, limited opportunity.
Moves to 10 now after converting from the line. Oh, McLaughlin and Bardsley, just some miscommunication there.
Bardsley, even though he hit that triple in the first half, not comfortable as a shooter. Otherwise, he would have spaced to that corner, given McLaughlin plenty of space for the drive and been able to catch it. Instead, he's cutting in, the space compacts, and just gets a bit discombobulated on the turnover.
Nuggets by 4. Pippen inside again. Withers with the foul and 1. Cavion Pippen is headed to the TAB.
Cavion Pippen there. Excellent job of using his body to hold off Withers. Withers probably got away with a grab on the lob. Pippen's happy about that as he takes the harm, gets the finish, and a chance to draw back within 1 as his activity inside is forcing this Nuggets defense to pay a little bit more attention to the paint.
Todd Withers, 3rd personal foul. Robbie Coleman has 3 as well. The only players for foul watch for the Nuggets. For the Giants, McNaught has 3 and Pippen has 3. Midway through the 3rd, Nuggets by 2. McLaughlin. Been off target from range tonight, but he has been getting to the TAB, and guess where he's headed again?
Jack Andrew was right there to clean it up, but Ja'Cory McLaughlin with the handle on a string. Gets by Tyler Marsh, gets that little bump there at the rim, doesn't get the finish, but he is living at the TAB.
Tyler Marsh's third as well tonight. 7 of 7 from the stripe for Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Oh, there's his first miss.
Eventually the commentator's curse comes around. You can't stay perfect forever. Is that the first miss as a team as well? Yeah, that is the first miss the Nuggets have had all evening. So the streak is over. Long live the next streak as he starts another one. 16 for 17 from the TAB now.
We spoke before about Kavion Pippen, his second game tonight for the Giants. What have you made of the big 208-centimetre beast?
Well, he just looks like he's still getting his feet wet. Needs to understand his role in the offense and his role as an import in this league, but certainly has been a big load down low.
Here he is, outside to Woodson. Good pass, good setup, good finish for the Giants.
Maybe some of the best offense they've played today. Get the ball in the paint, force the defense to adjust to that, but continue to play. Pippen very unselfish. He's been looking for those kickouts all night long.
I'd like to see the Giants keep getting it through his hands at the moment. Here's Jack Andrew for three, a little deep. They get it back though. Darcy Knox on the move underneath Andrew. Kavion Pippen is there. He's been pulled up for the foul though.
And that's going to be number 4 on Kavion Pippen. 3 at halftime, picks up another one there. He was trying to avoid the contact. Nice look by Darcy Knox. Not a lot of contact in that one. Possibly down low. We don't have a great angle on it for that body contact, but looked pretty clean up high. As Kavion Pippen will head to the bench with that 4th personal, probably stay there for about 9 minutes or so.
It just looked like that left arm. Game's tied up though. It's been a real scrap tonight. Nothing pretty about it in Dunedin.
Well, interesting time here for the Giants. 0 bigs on the court. No Maker, no Pippen. I think Tyler Marsh might be the biggest player they got. Nick Trathan perhaps. Sam Dempster is going to be providing the muscle, so certainly look for them to pick up the pace. Possibly get those defenders out wide and penetrate.
Well, he's done that a few times over his 16-year career, mind you, Sam Dempster. Here's Ingham on the move, trying to get through Jack Andrew. No can do. They will get it back though. There's barely any time left on the shot clock.
Nice job by Jack Andrew, moving his feet, staying in front. And he's rewarded by a trip to the bench as he heads off there.
2.9. Ball in. Woodson. He got Withers reaching for the rafters.
I think he was already in his second, after the shot fake, his second shot before Withers touched ground.
Well, let's see what Withers can do back the other way. Can't land the blow.
4 for 22 from the 3-point line, the Nuggets are now.
Well, they had a day out against the Airs last week because going in, they were the worst shooting team in the competition.
I don't know if they hit enough threes last week to make up for this week's showing, but it looks like they're heading that way again.
In and out for Trathan. In and in for Michael Harris.
Just got to do a better job defensively there. Hand down, he took a rhythm dribble right on that line. Need to close that space and make it a more difficult look.
Plenty of lead changes in this third quarter. Marsh gives it up for Ingham, nowhere to go. Here's Dempster on young Coleman, 33-year-old versus a 20-year-old.
Tough for Dempster there, giving up a lot of size. Coleman does well to just keep his hands up, make it a tough shot, and get the rebound. Starting a dangerous time here for the Giants.
Apologies to Sammy D and his family. 32. Darcy Knox lands a big, big basket for the Nuggets. And just like that, that scoreboard's going to tick over in a moment. There it goes. The Nuggets out by 7.
And you knew they were going to be in a bit of trouble when Pippen and Maker went to the bench. Giving up all that size, loses a little bit of that defensive intensity. allows these Nuggets players to see over the top of the D and tied it up at 60, a 7-0 run. And all of a sudden the Nuggets are back in control again.
Yeah, back-to-back threes, Casey. Michael Harris followed by Darcy Knox. And these role players for the Nuggets just showing their hand again tonight. We talked about Matt Bardsley in the first half. He's got 9 in the game, only averages 3 points a game. Darcy Knox came in averaging less than 2 points a game. He's hit a couple of threes tonight. In fact, a 3 and a long 2. He's up to 5. It's just these little bits that these role players are playing for the Nuggets.
Well, contributions across the board. I mean, they've got 14 points off the bench, most of the scoring being done by McLaughlin, Withers, and Harris right now, who's having a great night, possibly looking at his best night in the Sal's NBL. He's 18 points now. And the contribution's pretty good off the bench for the Giants as well, but it's the same things that they're having issues with. Turnovers, rebounds, got to clean up those areas.
There's one man out there who hasn't put up a shot tonight. Robbie Coleman, the youngster for the Nuggets. He does have a plus 11 though. Turnover again for the Giants. Harris to make them pay. He's fouled. He's pumped up. He's off to the TAB, and he is having his best night in his fledgling Sal's NBL career. Michael Harris, GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
And a great night because of what he's doing on the defensive end. That's his 3rd steal, I believe. And he's taken those, and 4th actually, thank you Justin, but he has taken those steals and immediately made an impact on the other end, really reading the passing lanes well as the Giants are telegraphing those passes, or Michael Harris has ESP because he is all over those.
20 in the game. Just came off a season with the Perth Wildcats. Played for Mount Gambier in last off-season. Now finds himself in New Zealand as Woodson gets the role.
Good strong move there by Woodson. I like the definitiveness to the cup.
Oh, look out, he's feeling it.
He was feeling it. But now the Nuggies are 6 for 25 from 3.
Late in the 3rd quarter, Giants came out firing, actually took the lead in this one. Nuggets back into it. Maker had it, gave it off to McNaught. He's called for the travel, and guess what? Turnover number 16.
Well, either Maker has to know that McNaught doesn't want to be a scorer on that cut, or on that catch, Alex McNaught has to look at the rim. You know, sometimes your shot gets blocked, but just too unselfish in that play. You have to be a scoring threat, and right now Alex McNaught is not. And that's enabling the defenders to play those passing lanes and cause extra attention around him without worrying about him putting the ball in the cup.
Nuggets now have 20 points off turnovers tonight. Here is Coleman. Pass down low is good. Bardsley nowhere to go. Called for too long in the paint. The Nuggets number 7.
And you get that catch right under the rim. Just go ahead and go up with it. Get a shot up, guys. Don't need to play around with the ball in the paint.
Been a tough night in the office for Alex McNaught. 4 points, 4 turnovers. Under pressure again here. Dempster looks to hand it off. He's pulled up the dribble, and that pressure applied. Todd Withers. Does he lose a handle on it? Whose ball? It's going to come up for the Giants.
Oh, I thought the Giants got a hand on that one, but the Nuggets will go back the other way. And once again, the turnover, when the dribble gets picked up.
Well, there were 3 one-dribble stops then.
Yeah, somebody's got to make themselves available, though. You see those passing lanes close, flash to the basketball. Help your teammate out. Don't just wait for him to find you, especially with these Nuggets. They are like sharks in the water right now.
Woodson, look at the defense of Withers. Dempster. And he's called for the travel now. So the Giants, who would have had a long chat at halftime about looking after the ball, making smart decisions, they definitely came out and owned the first couple of minutes of term number 3. But since then, the Nuggets, and that suffocating defense you talk about.
Well, everything's changed since Kavion Pippen has gone to the bench. He was given a bit of a scoring threat down there in that low block. And since he's been gone, the rebounding has been hurt, as has that scoring prowess.
23-19 quarter for the home team. There's McLaughlin for three. Didn't have enough on it. Maybe a chance here for the Giants to take some confidence into three-quarter time. Can they come up with something big? Avery Woodson, he wants to go big. He goes deep. Avery Woodson, looking for confidence, has maybe given the Giants a glimmer of hope tonight. They bring the margin back to 5. What a big basket.
21 points for Woodson. He's now 4 of 7 from deep and finding the stroke at just the right time to give the Giants just a bit of hope heading into the fourth.
Margin at 5, don't go away. Another big Thursday night finish coming up in the Sal's NBL. Well, a quarter to play tonight in Dunedin. Home team out by 4. There's the Sal's Super Special this week. Online code is ASSIST. Available to next Wednesday. And got to get yourself a Sal's NBL Steel combo if you haven't had one yet. Kavion Pippin on the bench with 4 fouls for the Giants. McNaught has 4 as well. And the Nuggets look pretty good for this last quarter. And believe it or not, Casey Frank, the Giants are still within contact.
Well, they've been trying to give it away. Up to 18 turnovers now, still giving up the offensive glass, but when they put the ball up, it's got a good chance of going in. And another turnover.
And another
Harris again.
One dribbled stop. He makes them pay. That's 22 off turnovers. He's got 22 in the game.
Hey guys, let's try a pass fake. Let's try a pass fake and a skip pass, because Michael Harris is ignoring the weak side of the weak side of the offense as Todd Withers gets a foul up high, but completely ignoring the weak side to jump those lanes and force those turnovers to kick off these transition opportunities.
And what the Nuggets are doing is, as soon as they see the Giants pick the ball up, you're right, they are just straight up in the lane, aren't they?
It might be time for a backdoor action, fellas. Look how they're just tremendous in those lanes, especially Withers. Look at him guarding the point guard now. So versatile defensively.
Maybe a chance here. McNaught from the wing. No. What have you made of Jack Andrews' game tonight in the absence of Sam Timmins?
Pretty solid, done the job. Nothing explosive, but he also hasn't made any mistakes, which has been great.
Good steal from McNaught, getting one back for the Giants. He'll be happy with that.
It just feels good to get that ball in the cup. Alexander McNaught, Alexander or Alex, 6 points now, 3 for 4 from the field.
12 games with the Breakers, of course, in the recently completed ANBL season.
Tremendous defensive player, but hasn't had the effect on the game tonight that he'd like.
I'll tell you who has had an effect on the game. Michael Harris. Just talking of Jack Andrew, now Withers has a crack.
Man, the Nuggets are just beasting that ball away from the Giants at all opportunities. just manning up and taking it from him.
We'll have a look at the rebound count in a moment with thanks to the TAB as Nick Trathan finds a basket.
Kiss off the glass, not an easy shot. Might have been searching out some contact, but gets to go in, and the Giants back to 3.
It's amazing, isn't it? 28-21, the rebound count, including 12 offensive boards for the Nuggets. McLaughlin, smart play, Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Couldn't finish it all off though. Catch and shoot. Halfway down, nearly bobbled in for Nick Trathan.
And you see the difference on the offensive glass. No white shirts there trying to get a second opportunity, as opposed to when the Nuggets took a shot up, everybody's in the paint.
Withers, Harris, catch, shoot, short. Maker with the rebound.
Need a great possession here, do the Giants.
Trathan was open on the wing.
Alex McNaught was looking to fetch for the call offensively.
Here's Maker, can he get going? He's had a pretty quiet night. That would have helped. Battles for it off the glass, off the miss.
Man, that kind of night for the Giants. The ball's just not bouncing their way. Maker did a great effort to get to it, but couldn't corral it.
Coleman gets it to Withers. Offensive foul. There's another one of those illegal screens. Michael Harris called for it.
Possibly a point of emphasis this week, because they have not let any movement go astray.
That's his third. Kavion Pippen back into the game.
Well, 7 minutes and 19 seconds to play with 4 fouls. He is going to have to be very careful with his efforts out here, in particular in that screening action.
And the Giants definitely need him, don't they? Here he is. Pippen spinning back. Oh, sweet shot. Kavion Pippen.
Straight into the game and straight into having an effect, up to 14 points now. But needs to get on that glass, have an effect in that area.
Coleman hasn't put a shot up all night. Bardsley, he goes searching through the paint, finds a way, but is met by Sammy D.
Oh, might have got 3 or 4 credit cards under that vert, enough to smack that ball out. Taking a little lesson from Kavion Pippen and his shot blocking techniques.
His eyes just lit up, didn't they? Timeout here.
And some real moments of worry, I think, for the Otago Nuggets, as the Nelson Giants have closed that gap very quickly. A couple of minutes ago, it looked like Otago was going to run away with it, but great effort by the Giants to find a little energy, find a little enthusiasm, and find a way to get back in this ballgame.
Sal's NBL round 4 action. Friday night coming to you from Christchurch, the Rams and the Sharks. Saturday double, 5 p.m. tip-off, the Airs and the Jets. Saturday night, the Saints and the Giants. Looking forward to that. Isaiah Liafa will be in uniform for the Saints, and we are expecting some news tomorrow to confirm that an incoming import will also be lining up for the Saints Saturday night. The Sunday double, the Hawks and the Sharks at 4, the Bulls and the Tuatara Battle of the North. 6 p.m. also live and free on Prime.
More players for the Saints. Talent on talent. Great to see Isaiah Liafa back in the league as the Otago Dancers.
Well, I'm pretty sure that
Finish up.
Andrew Mulligan on Hoopheads a couple of weeks ago called for about 8 changes for the Saints in week 1.
Well, it sounds like a Saints fan. They want to express their opinions.
6 on the shot clock as we restart. Nuggets ball. They're out by 1. Got to get it in here, Matt Bardsley. He does. Harris will fire away. Well short. Bardsley, the slippery eel himself.
It looked like the shot clock stopped there, and it did. The shot clock violation is called. So Bardsley's effort goes unrewarded. Huge first half from Matt Bardsley. Hasn't gotten on the scoring ledger here in the second half, still stuck at 9 points.
For all the foul trouble that the Giants have had to deal with tonight, we've only seen Tyson Lupetia a minute and 18 seconds.
Well, I think Coach Mike Fitchett is going out with the guys that he's trusting right now. And they're having a chat, I believe, about that shot clock issue.
Woodson 21 in the game for the Giants. Kavion Pippin has 14. Dempster with 10. They got it back here.
Interesting. Not sure what the call is. Let's see how much time they put on the shot clock. So it looks like correctable error. Mike Fitchett looks unconvinced. Ball's going to go on the baseline, so we are going to have, looks like 2.7 on the shot clock. Looks like we had a mishap where the shot clock got stopped. Correctable error. Nuggets ball on the baseline.
Well, in a one-point game, if they score out of this, it'll be something to talk about later. Robbie Coleman can't get the drop. And the Giants breathe a sigh of relief as Bardsley's picked up for the foul.
A cheap foul there, and the third personal on the Nuggets here. As they're not too far from forcing the Giants into the bonus. If I'm Nelson, I'm putting my nose on the rim, try and get another couple of whistles. Get to that TAB line early in the fourth quarter.
Here's McNaught. Down low, did it come off a foot? It did. McLaughlin.
Good solid kick there. No reset because the clock's still at 16.
Stars for the Nuggets. TAB stats. Michael Harris, 23 points tonight, 6 rebounds, 5 steals he's up to now.
He's having an effect all over the game. Nice to see him getting a little bit of comfort here in the league. Took a while to get that stroke down, but looking much better tonight.
Here's Woodson. Withers right there. Pippin does well to try and create some space. Woodson, tough shot over Coleman.
He tried to do it all his own, but that defense was lined up against him. Difficult finish to get there.
I'd like to see them try and free up. Well, Todd Withers, speaking of free, I was about to say I'd like to see the Giants free up Sammy Dempster, but you cannot leave Todd Withers with that much space.
I mean, just space for days. Could have laid down a land claim with the lack of defensive attention he was getting at the top of the key.
Well, it is Nuggets country.
there you go.
And that helps. There he is again, Withers.
Just forcing the action. They need to swing that ball before they try and penetrate with the pass, force this defense to stretch out a bit.
3 steals for Todd Withers tonight, and another triple for Michael Harris. And just like that, back-to-back threes. Giants have got some problems. Nuggets walking a foot taller towards their bench. Timeout called here, and the margin at 7.
Well, those triples, it's been scoring punches in bunches when they've been going down. Just 8 for 30 from deep, 9 for 31 from deep now on that second make. And that's the third time, I believe, they hit back-to-back threes out of those 9. So once they hit one, the confidence goes up. And that has been the story of the night for this Nuggets. Just reeling the Nelson Giants in, letting them tire themselves out, and then making another run, taking control of the game again. The question now, with just under 5 minutes to go, is how much juice do the Nelson Giants have left? Do they have another run in them? Of course, if you've been watching the NBA today, you will know there are still a lot of time to play in this game.
Well, Michael Harris came into this game, Casey, averaging 12 points at 31%, and he was hitting threes at an 18.5% clip. Tonight, 26 points at 50%, 3 of 8 from downtown at 37%, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 5 steals. It's been his night.
Obviously, it's the 5 steals, I think, that have had the most impact on this game. The really terrorizing those passing lanes, creating easy opportunities on the other end, and forcing this Nelson Giant squad to continually play from behind, even though they're on the precipice of the lead several times.
Just over 5 minutes to play tonight. Nuggets, have they made their winning run? Giants, 0-3 start to the season. Desperately need to win tonight. Kavion Pippin did very well to get his clutches on that.
Halfway down. Now, I thought they were going to give him the first look on the low block. He had great position there, but they wanted to work the lob. Just threaded the needle with the pass, got through, but that was a bucket that Giants fan desperately wanted to watch go down.
Just his second miss of the night as well, that shot. McLaughlin. Harris again finds a way to get a shot up. Now he's got to play defense. Here's Woodson. Trathan gives it up. Dempster around Coleman. Bodies up off the glass for two. Sammy D.
Well, nice rotation by the Nuggets to force the Giants off the three-point line, but a heads-up finish by Sammy D as Dempster gets 2 to cut it to 5.
He's got 12. And the Giants come again. Tyler Marsh.
Todd Withers is all over him. Good decision to give it up.
Gave it up in a hurry, didn't he? As you would. Here's Woodson. Shot clock down to 7. Got to do something here. He steps back. That's a tough shot. Harris right there. Clean defense.
A wide open lane there. Would have liked to see some penetration, but Avery Woodson happy with the triple. Gets pinged for the whistle. First team foul on the Giants here in the fourth quarter.
4 of 9 from range tonight for Woodson. Still in at the Giants. Coleman, Withers, Harris looked, went a second time. Jack Andrew with the rebound and the putback.
Offensive glass once again doing the work on the old boards. The 17th offensive rebound as a team. Jack Andrew 6 overall.
Here's Pippen getting up. Andrew with a hand on it. No fouls being called.
The crowd was already excited about going the other way. Drowned out the whistle as Jack Andrews' effort is not rewarded. Kavion Pippen off to the line.
Get out of jail, rub down the arm. Pippen to the TAB. Casey, what have you made of Matua Maker's game tonight?
Well,
just the 3 shots.
Yeah, hasn't really been able to get himself involved in the action. I think the physicality of this Nugget squad has done a nice job of pushing him out. And, I think a lot of it has to do with the passing lanes. You know, when they're trying to swing that ball around, just haven't been able to get there. But you know, for the big fellas, when you aren't getting the ball, go get it yourself. Get in there on the offensive glass, find a way to make yourself part of the offense, and really just insert yourself into the game with your energy. And it's been tough for him to do that tonight.
Just over 3 to play. The Giants aren't going away here. The Nuggets certainly haven't put them away either. Withers, here's one man who can put them away. Todd Withers.
Well, it's been an up and down night from deep for the Nuggets and Todd Withers as well, as he hits his 4th out of 12 attempts from deep, but that is 18 points now to go with 5 boards.
Pippen quickly to work. Back on Jack Andrew. Good defense by the youngster. And there's a big 3 by Matua Maker. We were just talking about him.
Well, nice find by Pippen. Looked like he got stuck in a bad place, but Maker makes himself available and hits the triple.
Good response by the Giants. Back to within 5. As Withers hits the floor. 2.5 to play. Dempster hands it off. Maker, Woodson, searching, pushed back out by Coleman. Dempster now over Withers. Yes, Sam Dempster. And how about this? We're back to 2.
Back in the ball game are the Nelson Giants. The tray ball singing from deep. Just need one stop to give themselves a chance.
Look at this. Seemingly out of nowhere as McLaughlin hits the floor.
What's the call?
Well, I think
he went to the, there's no foul called. He went to the ground and the ball went off him, and the official, Melanie O'Connor, is giving the ball back to the Nuggets because of a wet spot on the floor.
Well, just the way that he fell there, it actually looked like his left leg slipped. Now, I don't know whether it was through contact or whether there was something on the floor, but just the way his leg came out.
If I'm with the Nelson Giants, I'd be pretty upset. You know, it's not the Giants' job to wipe the floor down and even if there is this wet spot on the floor, I did not know the official could just decide that the ball stays with the team that lost it.
Well, it looked like the Giants, picked it up too. So,
but there could be a bit there. Was there some contact? Did she not call a foul? And decided not to give the foul. There's a lot of discretion at the hands of the officials, but that is one that has Mike Fitchett dropping his head on the sideline.
Yeah, well, what we know is that the Nuggets come out of it again. They had that break before off the baseline, remember. Didn't score on that occasion. Do they score on this occasion? No, they don't.
And another offensive rebound opportunity.
Shot clock, did it go off in time? Doesn't matter. The Giants are going to come up with it with 1:40 left in the game, or maybe not.
Nuggets couldn't take advantage of the opportunity. What are the Giants going to run here? Need a great look.
Will we see another overtime game this evening? Pippen inside, and look at that, we're tied up.
Great action off the pick and roll. Simple play, but cleared out the entire side, so Woodson had plenty of space to drop that into the pocket for Pippen, rolling to the basket, uses the up fake, expecting Jack Andrew to go for that shot block opportunity again, and gets the finish on that little kiss off the glass.
Can you believe this? Round one, Thursday night, overtime in Franklin. Ethan Rusbatch with the big three to tie it all up. Last week in Hawke's Bay, Thursday night, triple overtime. Right now, we are all tied up between the Nuggets and the Giants. What is it about Thursday nights in the Sal's NBL?
It's all exciting down the stretch, that's for sure. Love the mentality by this Nelson Giants squad. They have really been behind the 8 ball for a lot of this game, at times going down as much as 10 points. 3 different times they've been down 10 in this ball game. Here in the fourth quarter, they were down 8 with about 5.5 to play, and they have scored every point since on an 8-0 run since that timeout to get themselves back in this ball game.
And one thing we should say about the Giants, the turnovers 20 tonight, we know it's been a real problem for them, and we know that they've given up opportunity after opportunity to the Nuggets. But look at the Giants shooting tonight, 58% field goal percentage. They're 47% from three-point land. They're 81% at the TAB. If there's one thing the Giants have done well, despite those mistakes, they've shot well.
Yeah, that's why you got to stop turning the ball over. Now they've done it, now they got a chance.
80 seconds left in regulation time. Tied up, Harris, corner, 3! Oh, Michael Harris has had a night.
What a response, and this is after missing a wide open look on the previous possession. Back to a 3-point lead. Can the Giants respond?
29 tonight for Harris, the Aussie sharpshooter. Here's Woodson back the other way, halfway down. Nuggets come up with it.
The pump fake, Ja'Cory McLaughlin, with that defensive effort, forces a difficult attempt from Avery Woodson.
And now the Nuggets with the running, and a chance again. Michael Harris bursting off the wing, margin at 5.
Just too aggressive defensively. Got right up and in where he was always going to draw that one. Just rips it straight through, no weak side there to help. An easy layup as Michael Harris certainly having his best game of the season. 28 points now.
Actually 31.
31
it'll click over to, yeah. He has been unstoppable this evening. Easily his best game of this young season. And he has come up with it at just the right time. All tied up moments ago. Back-to-back baskets for the Nuggets. Back-to-back baskets from Michael Harris.
But what really impresses me about that is he had that first attempt on that possession that was given back to the Nuggets. Wide open, doesn't hit anything. Next 2 shots, butter. No effect on his mentality. He's stuck with it. He's had a tough start to the season shooting the basketball. Has bounced back today. A short-handed Otago Nuggets squad has fought here at the very end when the Giants got themselves back in the ball game with just 43 seconds left. Have taken this 5-point lead, and if they can play a couple of good possessions here, they'll be walking away with a still unblemished record.
Both teams still have their Sky City player timeout for this second half. Who do the Giants go to here?
Well, it's been Woodson and Pippen during this stretch, and if a double comes, find a shooter out there, but that has been the formula that Coach Mike Fitchett has been running with, and I would expect to see it one more time in that pick and roll.
So Giants need to answer here. They've got to come up with some magic. Still plenty of time left in this game.
You see the Giants had that play drawn up from the other side, so possibly a bit of confusion on what they're doing here offensively.
Marsh to bring it in. Woodson, Maker, Dempster, Pippen out there with him. Maker wanted it. It's gone to Dempster. Oh, Dempster hands it off. Pippen had it, lost it. They're going to miss it here. Oh, big miss for the Giants.
Sam Dempster driving to pass there. Even if your shot gets blocked, you've got to put that on the rim. He wasn't a threat as a scorer. Ends up in a turnover. And this one right here, go straight to the body of Andrew. Force him to defend without fouling instead. Pippen steps on the sideline, and that's going to be your ball game.
Huge opportunity goes begging there for the Giants. And their season seemingly headed for a 0-4 start and a trip to Wellington on Saturday night to take on another team searching for their first win, the Saints.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle there, but before we get to that point, got to give some flowers to this Otago Nugget squad if they're able to finish this game off. Still 36 seconds left. Giants 3 fouls to give to get into the bonus, and doesn't look like they're fouling yet.
Here's McLaughlin. Time's on his side, draws the foul. Maybe the third team foul on the Giants.
Well, with 25 seconds left now, they're going to have to foul immediately on this play here. Alex McNaught in a bit of foul trouble, so he might not want to be, but you can't let this play run down anymore. Instant catch and foul.
Bardsley brings it in, and there it is. And that might be Marsh's 5th foul. It is. He's out of the game. Pippen steps back onto the floor.
And that is the bonus. Sorry, our graphics are a little bit slow to catch up. No, it is not. Back to the sideline. Yes, it is. the officials just playing a game with us here in the commentary booth.
It's all fun though, isn't it?
Let's throw it back to the baseline. Let's just play a little hot potato. Or hot potato, I've heard it called.
It's going to be a sideline ball after all of that.
Either way, need to foul right away. Try and get the steal immediately. Don't get it, foul.
Woodson.
There's the 5th personal foul.
Are you sure?
I am not.
Ja'Cory McLaughlin, who is arguably the last player the Giants wanted to foul from that inbound. He's 8 of 9 from the stripe tonight.
Great percentage from there. Has helped him with a off shooting night elsewhere. Just 3 of 15 overall, and hasn't hit a triple from his 8 attempts. But despite that, with a make here, we'll put this Nugget squad in the catbird seat for a victory to open up round 4.
Yeah, 7-point lead now, and that looks like it'll be enough for a win tonight. Again, another hand on a pass. How good defensively has this Nuggets team been tonight?
Overall, really good. I think the way that they played those passing lanes is obviously key. At times, I think their attention to detail has waned. As Coach Brett Matahare is sending in the subs at the home game with 15 seconds left. Not a lot of time left, but this ball game's not exactly over. Stranger things have happened. But now you've got a fresh unit in here. The Giants still looking for a quick finish.
Well, they've got to get a shot up extremely quickly here. Dempster knows the moment.
That might be an illegal box out. So that's going to send Tom Ingham to the line here for 2 attempts.
A little bit of singlet pulling going on there, I think, was the initial sign from the officials. This will bring it to 5. As you said, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, stranger things have happened today in the NBA. Got to make the first one.
I was going to say, you've got to make this. Ingham with the miss. Make here brings it to 6.
Didn't hit the rim. That's a violation. Missed on purpose. You gotta hit the rim. And unfortunately, execution unable to be completed again by the Giants.
Now let's see if they call a Sky City player timeout here and advance the ball just to get it out of this situation. In fact, Corey McLaughlin has done exactly that. So Sky City player timeout with 10.8 seconds to play. And the reason the Nuggets are doing this is to advance the ball, get it up the floor. There's the QR code, by the way. 10,000 community group tickets, school groups, sporting groups, community groups. Ticket to the big game with thanks to Sky City. If you want to come out with your group and see a game of the Sal's NBL, scan that QR code. Ball is advanced. Caleb Smiler.
No more fouls. This will be the game.
In fact, the Giants are just going to back it off here. So the Nuggets to get the win tonight. It's been a real battle, at times a real scrap. But with the win, the Nuggets have a 4-zip start to season 2023. Back the other way though, the Giants, Casey, 0-4 and a trip to Wellington in 48 hours time.
Well, it doesn't get any easier. Talk about these Nuggets first. Michael Harris leading the way with 31 points. Avery Woodson in response just 21, leading the way for the Giants, but good contributions across the way as we head to the rebounds.
TAB stats tonight. Matua Maker has 8 rebounds. Michael Harris was involved in everything.
Yeah, it was no double-digit rebounders, but a collective effort by both teams as we head to the assists, and that's where Corey McLaughlin really got himself involved. 6, number 2 in the league in assists, shows again why he's up there, getting his teammates involved. Bardsley and Harris getting involved as well. Kavion Pippen, 2 big blocks. Sammy Dempster, one almost as big, but not enough defensive abilities by the Giants to get in the way of that Michael Harris. 5 steals. Todd Withers with 3, always with the sticky fingers.
So there it is tonight. Happy team in Otago. The fans are already on the court, out to meet the Stars. Thursday night action in the Sal's NBL. Nuggets home by 7. They can put their feet up for the rest of round 4. The Giants need to regroup and they badly need a win. What a game that'll be on Saturday night. The winless Saints hosting the winless Giants. Tomorrow night, the Rams take on the Sharks. Hope you can join us then for more Sal's NBL action right here on Sky Sport. Bye-bye for now.